Never mind January and February. But it was a good night. We didn't want to take penalties. We took one. We did a good job on the penalty kill. We scored a goal. Power play, it wasn't pretty, but we got one. We were able to play 4 lines more rather than run Connor into the ground. So there's a lot of really good things. Our goaltender had a bounce-back game and made some really good saves. We got some real good efforts out of players that are starting to come on now. They look like they're a little more confident. I think Toby and some of those types of players. I thought Clef had a tremendous night. So there was a real boatload of positive things tonight for our team.
Todd, the Strome line had numerous really good chances, and just seems like Strome and Lucic right now couldn't score even if they had an open net. It's just kind of bad luck for that line, or where do you find the balance of great getting chances, but at some point you got to bury one?
Well, the chances have to come before the burying, and they're doing a really good job of that against a good team tonight. There was a couple pucks that were laying on the line, a little tip and a deflection that didn't go their way. I would be a lot more concerned about them if they weren't getting the opportunities, but thought Drake came in and provided a spark on that line as well, a little pace. And they were dangerous a lot of the nights. They made some good defensive plays as well. Stromer early in the game won some big face-offs in our zone, so that was important as well.
Todd, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins had another couple of points tonight, 11 points in the last 6 games. Does that final play on the empty netter kind of just describe Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the unselfishness to give that to 97?
I think we always talk to our players in that situation, don't waste a pass, because you never know what could go wrong. And I think Nuge, personally, I think that should be Nuge's goal. He'd already been hooked twice on a breakaway and with an empty net. It's an automatic goal, but he did a good job of fighting through it and getting the puck up to Connor and then in. But more importantly was his positioning in the D zone, playing strong out of the middle and jumping on a loose puck to clear the zone first of all. And smart enough to get to the red. We've got a 2-goal lead. We don't need to gamble there. Smart enough to get to the red before he makes a play. So a veteran player.
Can you just discuss the last couple of games for Chase on between, a couple of goals, busts the year open.
Got a ring. Gets
his ring this morning. This performance tonight, just, for a PTO guy, that's a lot happening.
Yeah, there is, but he, we talked about it this morning. He's all business. When he arrives at the rink, he is he has fun, but in a different way. He's focused. He has a business-like attitude, and he wants to make good on his ice time, and he's certainly doing that. It's amazing what happens when you shoot the puck. You don't have to have a rocket or anything. Just get it towards the net, and anything can happen, and we've seen him do that a couple nights in a row now.
And did you see the play on the face-off where that penalty had been called a couple times, where Leon got thrown out and Chason went in and just didn't even try?
Well, 2 games in a row. One linesman was left over from last game, stayed and did tonight's game. We talked about that before. That obviously they're aware of it. They're making an effort to police it stronger. And when it happened again tonight, we lost a centerman, and we won't give Chaser a lost draw for that one because I don't think he even took a swipe at it. But sometimes that's being a veteran player, knowing the circumstances and not jumping the gun.
Todd, Evan Bouchard scores his first NHL goal. It looked like it was his 800th. He didn't smile, didn't move. But guys were really kind of giving it to him. Just what do you talk about his game and what you've seen now? It's game 7 for him, and where you're at, it's getting close to that decision time.
It's the first little bit. The guys were on the bench and said, his heart's not even beating fast. We're still trying to figure out if he thought it was deflected, because he sure didn't react like Yamo did the other day, but each to their own. And, it was awarded to him. It's one he'll remember forever. Everybody remembers their first goal. As far as his play, he's been up and down like any 19-year-old defenseman would be. He just played against some of the best players in the world right now in back-to-back games. He's gaining experience as he goes. He's learning valuable lessons as he goes. He's got the support of his teammates. It's in the next few weeks we'll make a decision on what's best for him, for us, and for everybody else.
Todd, Cam Talbot stopped 31 tonight, but there's a specific moment on a cross-ice pass where he made a glove save on a 2-on-1 when the game was 2-1. Could have changed the outcome of the game. What can you say about 33's performance?
It was a good night for him, a bounce-back night. Not that he was real weak the other day, but I'm sure you'd like to have one of them back. Tonight, he just looked real solid. There weren't a lot of rebounds as well. Any type of scramble, he seemed to find the puck. A goalie's on when you're not holding your breath and he's looking behind him. Everything was stayed in front, and the big save on that short 2-on-1 or cross crease 2-on-1 was real important. Gave us a little life and energy again, and he did his job tonight.
Todd, you guys only took one penalty tonight, and that even I thought it was questionable. How much emphasis did you guys have on staying out of the box tonight against the number 1 PP in the league?
I'm sorry, how many?
How much emphasis did you guys have prior to the game to stay out of the box against the number 1
Well,
play?
we talked about using our legs to check, and they're a team that can beat you on the power play alone. So we were fortunate enough to check with our legs. We didn't take many, and I think I said this morning the best job we can do penalty killing is not take them. So that helped out immensely. Okay, good night.